G'day, g'day. How are we all? Very, very different video here today. I'm on my way to Besh's place, and you'll hear me talk about the range in my videos a fair bit. Let me show you the range. So welcome to Australia. Over the back of this range here, the rainfall, you can see the clouds sort of gather around here. So this gets a bit of rain, but over the back here, so this is northeast from me, about 40 k's. This is what we have. It's basically a desert, and an overgrazed desert at that. So you can almost see the Murray River from here. See the road. Keep going for about 60 k's and you've got the Murray, and often you'll see no clouds between here and there, and then you'll see clouds over the Murray a little bit. There's obviously moisture. So this is what we got. The obligatory left mattress on the side of the road because people are scumbags. This part of the range probably doesn't get a lot because it's over the peak, but you can see we've got some overgrazing issues going on here in this country, and these guys, these farmers, they'll have their hand out to the government right now. Right now they'll be getting checks from the government. So the government's basically writing checks for incompetence. That's the way I see it anyway. Big mine up there, you can see it. Oh yes, this used to be woodland forest. Mulga scrub, we call it, and not anymore. Not anymore. This would have been cleared about 150 years ago, and it would have taken some work. Complete waste of time, but there you go. That's what we do. So this is what Australia kind of looks like in a lot of places. You could transfer this into Victoria, WA, South Australia, bits of NT. This is what it looks like. So it's eucalypt forest and other stuff, mulga, all sorts of things. Lots of bush tucker out here, I imagine. But there's a common misconception that this is what it's always been like, and it's not true. This would be cattle farming country, I think, or sheep. So this is a country that is made by fire. These trees that you see are the ones that like fire. They regenerate in fire. Their seeds are smoke activated, and they need it to survive. So truth be known is there were lots and lots of forests, lots of rain here a long time ago, but whether it be through lightning strikes or the local indigenous population, Australia pretty much got burnt down. We lost all our megafauna, and this isn't a blame game. I think it was happening everywhere, all over the world. You know, you're talking 20,000 years ago, and this is what the continent ended up like. So that's how the locals used to catch their food a lot of the time. They still do it up in Darwin, up in NT. They set a bit of the bush on fire, and they did have fire tending practices, but you've got to imagine that a lot of the time that would have got out of control and it would have gone burnt unchecked for maybe years, you know, with all the grasslands and that Australia used to have. And when the grasslands went, the megafauna went, and that is why we don't have big old kangaroos like we used to have, and things like that. Look up Australia megafauna. Really interesting stuff. So, you know, we as human beings, we're all the same. We've been doing stuff like this for years, for thousands of years. Yeah. Welcome to Australia. The mighty Murray River. Gee, I love this river. Just like being around it. I believe it's the 4th longest river in the world. Either longest or biggest. And I'm on the old bridge. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to be on here, but bah. Bish bosh. Let's go and have a look anyway. Pelican. Are you a pelican or a pelican? I like to think I'm a pelican. So this is the other side. We got a big, probably can't see it, big weir under there. They've dammed this river up a fair bit, which I think's uncool, but there you go. Wiser people than me make these decisions. But that's it. That's it. She's a big old river. Beautiful, beautiful place. You can see over the back there, the cliffs. They're the cliffs that you see on all the promotional material and pictures, and when the sunset hits them, they turn red, and yeah, really, really beautiful part of the world. There's actually pretty decent fish in there. The elusive Murray cod, the redfin, perch, gold perch, but it is filled with carp. Some idiot put carp in there a long, long time ago, and now it's filled with them, and they just wreck everything. And that's why I use that fertilizer. Not so much because I think it's a great fertilizer; it's pretty good, but they get rid of the carp out of the Murray. Should be more of it. Should be more of it. Imagine that for a place to live down there. That'd be all right. Might get a bit of flooding problems, I would imagine. That looks like, I don't know, that's a house or a tourist place. All right, let's keep going. I got ways to go. Probably go about over 3 hours, no dramas. This is Barmera, just driving through. I get to live in the Riverland, probably not in Barmera. Next town we go through, I think, will be Renmark. Yeah, I think we'll go through Renmark, and that is a really nice little town. I'll probably stop there and show you the river runs through it. To the left here, there's a lake, and it's part of the river, and the river is off to the left as well. Sort of, we've been driving through what we call the Riverland right now, and there's some really nice roads through here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Say hello to Renmark, lovely little town. If I was going to live in the Riverland, this is where I would live. I've actually got a mate that lives here. I should come and see one day. We go to the footy together a lot. So that's it, the Murray River. That's the Renmark Club there. It was a great, great venue. Don't ask me how I know. And then we've got the old pub up there. Look at that place. Hotel Renmark. Oh, that's also a great venue. Ask me how I know. I might not go to Beshy's. I might just stay here. No, Beshy's on the river. So there'll be plenty more of this for Brendo. All right, let's keep going. Lovely this town. Even in Australia, this is not something you see all the time. I'm not sure if you can see them. That's not horses, it's not sheep, it's not cattle. They're emus. I'll just pan slowly. There's another big bunch of them up there as well. So these suckers can run. Now, I've seen one of these doing 70k an hour next to my car. They're crazy. But yeah, even over here, don't see them a whole lot. So that's cool. I've just pulled up violently to get this shot. Love it, love it. Do 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 do. He can't fly, but can you? He can run the pants off a kangaroo. Tell you where I wouldn't live. Coleraine. What a bloody dump. Must be something out here. There's no bloody reason to live here. Look at it. There. Yucky. Yucky, yucky. Big hillbillies everywhere out here. Look how flash the petrol station is. Woo! All right, I'm about 20 k's from Beshy's house. Have a look. She's pretty barren. Lots of grapes. Lots of grapes. These might be apples. Are they grapes? What are they? That ain't. Grapes. Big old grapes. They need a prune. So, I am currently in Victoria. This is the second state I've been in today. And I'm about to cross into New South Wales. So that's state number 3, which to do that in Australia is actually pretty tricky. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. So we've been going for about 4 hours with the stops at the moment. And all looks kind of the same. But that is Australia. Straight roads and lots of eucalypt. I'll see you at Beshy's house. So this is Beshy's front yard. And it is magnificent. Look at that old historic bridge over there. That's one way. You can only go one way. It's got traffic lights at the end of it, and would it be a train bridge, I imagine, at some stage?
Yeah, it's a train bridge from like 1859.
Yeah. So this is a Murray. This is Beshy's front yard. It's literally across the road, and it is beautiful. Beautiful. He reckons these big gum trees here are only 30 years old. Look how big they can get with some water. Enormous. You know what I love most about this river? Is there's no crocodiles in it. So Besh is showing me and couple of folks in Africa. G'day, Lisa. The netting over here. But what more interests me is this. This warms the cockles of my heart. This is compost, and I see it in the Barossa as well. So they're using it, and we can sell that to them. What's a bit of breaking and entering between communities, huh? Pretty sure he's not supposed to be in there. Busted. I love this red soil. Red soil of Australia. It's good stuff. Really good for growing stuff in. But it just looks pretty as well. Look at it. Beautiful stuff. Table grapes. Pretty sure they're green ones, and the red ones are red. I wonder if this would make money over in Namibia. So I've just been into Mildura, another really nice little town in the outback. Not that small, about 30,000 there, 35,000 there, I think. And yeah, we're just by the river, come down. Besh is giving me a bit of a tour. I thought I'd been here about 10 years ago, and we were talking, and I realised it's actually been 24 years since I've been here. So time flies when you're getting old, I guess. Or river everywhere around here. There really is a beautiful place. You got to think, this is 400 kilometres from my house. And this then goes probably another 150 kilometres down past my house to the mouth, down at the Coorong, where they catch the big mulloway. One day, Brendo, one day we'll get a mulloway. So yeah, we're just cruising around. Besh is here. It's a bit cold. It's 2 degrees this morning. Don't you just love watching a good man work and not working yourself? Brilliant. So, actually, the work has begun. This is what we're doing. We are removing cladding from the side of Besh's house. He's renoing it. You can sort of see inside. I'll poke my camera through the window. So this room's getting redone. It's a beautiful house. It really is a beautiful old house. The people that lived here before must have been fairly low budget-wise, and what they've done is, instead of re-insulating the inside of the house, they've clad and insulated the outside of the house, because it is a big old drafty house. So we totally understand why they did it, but it was a budget restrictive job, so we say, and the wood underneath it's really, really nice. So they weren't doing it to cover anything up as such. They were just doing it to get a bit more warmth in the house, and now we are going to take it all down. And given that Beshi is a professional plasterer, the inside stuff will be fairly easy for him, whereas somebody like me, it seems quite intimidating. And I would have probably done what these people did, to be honest, and clad the outside of the house, maybe in my younger days. But now that I'm older, I sort of appreciate the wood, and that's what's there now. There's a few cracked ones, there's a few rotten ones.
Sand and a bit of body and paint.
Yeah, but mostly they're really solid. So this will all come back up nice. It'll get a paint and back to heritage colours, I imagine. What are you going to do? Same as what's there? Same paint?
Elena.
So yeah, it's up to the boss. She doesn't like the green inside. I really like the green inside. I'll show you that later. We'll get back to work. Okay, phase 2 of the plan. We have removed the veranda sheeting. Besh is just getting rid of that now. In the multi-one, that machine's called a multi-one. So if you ever hear of us refer to the multi-one, that's what we're talking about. So I showed you before, we got the cladding off. That was pretty cool. That was quicker than we thought. So we were like, well, what else can we do? You all right? So Scotty mainly unscrewed all this, and then the three of us pulled it down. And Besh was talking about trying to pull the whole thing down with the multi-one, and I said, well, because the reason why is I've only put these in with nails. There's no brackets, there's no steps, no cutouts, there's no nothing. So it's been dodgy done, but the problem is the nails are in at a 45-degree angle, and I personally think they're going to be stronger than what we might think they are, and I think that we should plan for that. So we're probably going to have to get a recip saw up there and get through them, which is a lot more work, but then we don't tow the house away with us. So See what Beshi thinks when he gets off the multi one, and we'll go from there. So this was a violent yet very, very effective process. Beshi got in here with Micah one, and I was like, "Nah, let's Jimmy bar it. Let's Jimmy bar it. Let's Jimmy bar it," because I was worried half his house was going to come down. But in true Australian fashion, Beshi said she'll be right, mate. And he got the mouldy one out, and basically ripped his whole veranda out of the side of his house, which was impressive to watch. And my old mate Scotty there had to do a runner because he was standing underneath it. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah, bloody reaction times of a slow goat, I tell you. So yeah, we've got a lot done. I did not expect this to happen. Look at those windows, aren't they beautiful? And I can tell you who else didn't expect this to happen. Wait, who else didn't expect this to happen other than us three? Beshi expected it. Beshi's wife did not expect it, and she has, I would say, I think it's fair to say she's taken some convincing, but that she's coming around to the project.
Do you want me to start any more projects?
Yeah. Well, we were here, we were labour, we got to get stuff done, right? Men do what men do. My microphone kept running out, so this is my first ever voiceover. This is marinated squid, skewered, with like a Korean pepper sauce, hot pepper sauce with other things. We had MSG in there, we had soy sauce, and this is Beshi on a horse. He kept trying to burn this horse, but I'm like, don't you dare, and I kept retrieving it from the fire, and then this is what happens. Idiot. This is actually a forge, so it's a fire bucket, but it's a forge. It's attached to a vacuum cleaner. Watch this. Everybody watching this knows they now need one of these in their life. So we were making a sword at this stage. I believe it's just before Beshi took the hammer off me because I was going to upset his wife because she was in bed. And that's how hot it gets. Check it out. It's awesome. That squid was awesome, by the way. We had ribs. We had barra. All delicious, just with some rice. And she makes pickles, really nice pickles. We had pink pickled onion. It was really peppery, which is great. Normal pickled onion, which was as good as any pickled onions I've ever eaten. Pickled cauliflower and carrot, which was great. The carrot was not that good, but the cauliflower was amazing. I think it just needed a bit longer. Carrot was sweeter, so maybe it needed a little bit more. But that's the fun of doing those things, isn't it? And here we go. I think Beshi's trying to burn a can here. As you do. There it goes. You watch that can. Just disappears. Gets so hot. You'll crank it up in a second. So the meal was good. The company was great. Scotty had to go home, look after his kids. So it's just me and Beshi, and Lena had gone to bed. And I believe we rang to know at this time. And whatever was said on that phone call was none of my business. All right, keep it all to yourselves. Anything that happens at a mate's house after 10 o'clock on a Saturday night, yeah, definitely none of my business. Hey, look at that can. It just disappear. And I believe that's the beginning of the sword. Yeah, that one that's poking in from my side, that's the sword we're making. So we actually got that bent over, and we got a little bit of a forge,
on our way home
stuff to do it.
about 3 o'clock in the hour,
We'll
though.
get sorted.
It's an easier drive getting there than it is going home, I'll tell you that. Hey, this is on the border. The border's actually about 5 or 6 k's back towards Beshi's house. And I'm pretty sure that they put this up when they got the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Adelaide years and years ago. And there's a bit of a friendly rivalry between South Australia and Victoria. And this was effectively, I think, a middle finger to Victoria to say, look at us, we got the Grand Prix, and then Victoria went and nicked the Grand Prix off us. so still there. And if we turn around, big quarantine station back there, you've got to drop all your fruit and veg off there because South Australia doesn't have fruit fly and it wipes crops out over in the eastern states, and we don't want it. So they've done a pretty good job of keeping it out, and this is a major fruit growing area. So it would cause havoc if it wasn't there. So yeah, home again. We're about probably an hour and a half, 2 hours from home now. I'm about half an hour from home now, and that's the range coming from the other direction. So you can see all the way around there. So that goes all the way around the back of Adelaide City. all the way over there. And this is what we got. So they get no rain out here at all. Probably looking at 100 mil a year, something like that, because it all stops there. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Nearly home. Just thought I'd take the back way home, show you guys the range. This is the top of the range. This is what we got nowadays. This is what they do. This one's been ploughed, and they're all out here. The farmers are all out here on their big tractors and stuff, and ripping up the ground. Not a swale in sight. I guess it'd be hard to do swales with wheat because of the big machinery they've got. I don't imagine they'd go through swales all that well, but these paddocks have been fallow since last wheat season, and see over there, I'm not sure if you can see them, there's a heap of sheep, but they'll be on feed. There's nothing in those paddocks. It's basically what's here on the edge. You see that? Nothing. So, got a heap of saltbush there though. Isn't it ironic that this saltbush should be here? Is it saltbush? No, it's not saltbush. Maybe they could use some saltbush. There's plenty around, just not in any paddocks. I think it's fair to say someone was pretty happy that I was home. Never seen him so happy. It's not yours, Grace. Hey, not yours. Good girl. Sit. Hey, sit. Good girl. You're getting better. You can still kill chickens though, won't you? She's been chasing some mice actually, which is good. Made a frisbee for her. Check this out. See if I can throw it in here. Well, I didn't make it. This is the bottom off the dragon fruit bucket. Hang on. Look at the fly. Got to put holes in them. That's the secret. Okay, you know when you come back from a couple of days, and I haven't had a look at this since Friday Arvo, Friday morning. Went to bed last night. I was tired. Well, normally, geez, I got so much work to do, and that's how I feel right now. But I've seen how much work Besh has to do, and weirdly, makes me feel a little bit better. Apparently, we had a little bit of rain, and I don't think the chickens have been out because Leah's been at work. Didn't get to plant those. So what has happened? All the wheat's come up, and if you can see, I think you will be able to, there's a nice little layer of green gathering on top there. Little bits of grass coming out everywhere, which is great. The prairie begins. That's what I'm calling it, the prairie. So all the trees are alive, all the chickens are alive, dogs haven't eaten anything. Grace, stop it. Go on, it's not yours. She's still chasing the reflection. The wheat's nicely mowed. Good work, girls. And yeah, we got heaps of it coming up. So I'm going to buy a tree or two, probably 2 trees. Let's see if I can find some asparagus. But I think I'll have to order the crowns off the internet. Everything's going really good. I've got broccoli coming up. I've got all sorts of stuff going on. Got heaps of calendulas in there. That's going to need a bit of a chop and drop though again. So the difference in growth rate between that and here is actually quite amazing. Oh, this thing too. I may have planted a carrot or 2 in here. That's how I roll. Just plant more. So, you know, I'll thin them out, I guess. I might just let them grow, see what happens. These carrots, I think must be the long ones. They've germinated really well. But I've had carrots in here that haven't germinated at all. They were 2 different breeds. So I have found with carrots that the breed is important with germination. Normally I use, I think it's called Corunda, and they germinate and grow really well. But yeah, these ones aren't going good. There's none down there. I planted a heap down there. I think they're getting eaten because my cauliflower, which you can't see, has pretty much gotten eaten by something. So we have had a loss. Check this flower out. These are the Chinese broccoli. Isn't that beautiful? That's cool. That's really cool. So we're obviously just going to leave all them going to do that. You know, I've never seen a bee in here. There's lots of other little bugs in there. How's my lettuce going? Good, good. My Tommy's yellow yet? Nope, not breaking yet. Got some nice big ones forming over the back, so they're still growing. Calendula, going good. Other calendula, going good. Warrigal greens. Broad beans are loving this weather. And the smushy. Let's go and have a look at the compost. She's died. Still a little bit warm, but you see the chickens have been in there. digging around, which is fine. Put some poop in there. That's cool. Probably going to take the lazy man way out. What I do have is this, and another bucket full up there. I'm going to chuck these on top, and I'm probably going to go and get that bit of that straw that's been sitting there for ages. I'm just going to layer that on top. I'm going to give it a big water, and I'm going to see if it cranks up again. And if it doesn't, then I'll turn it. But I'm going to try and avoid turning it for now because it's hard work. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'll do that now. We'll come back later in the day. Grace has about 4,000 balls, and she loves them all equally. So I've been digging holes. This is down in that grass that you see the chickens on all the time. I've hit rock. You can see the rock at the bottom, but even then, I think you could probably get through that. No dramas. But I don't think there's going to be any need. There's a shovel length, probably 12 inches of topsoil there. And I've got to get this yard tidied up. That's today's job. And clean the shed up. And I've been digging holes down there as well. So lots and lots of topsoil in there, which is excellent. That's a relief, actually. It's a relief. Hey, this is for Beshy. Besh, I reckon we can get that multi one down here on ramps. And I reckon it would clean this up pretty easy. So there's a job for us in the future. I think he's coming over in about a month with his lovely wife, Lena. And she's great. She's great. She's a good cook too. Okay, check this out. This is saltbush. I'd call this a success. I think the other ones will come up as well, but they took ages. Ages. They were, probably 6 weeks ago, I would think. Yeah, that's really, really good. I saw I had a big saltbush down the road. So there you go. I could have collected my own seeds, but thanks, Alice. That's cool anyway. Let's have a look at this. I think they're daisies. Can't remember. It's starting to flower again, which is cool because it's winter. I didn't expect that. And our worm castings experiment, I think you can see he's winning that battle. I'm really happy with that, actually. All the ones out the front, the Egyptian walking onions have stood up. I think maybe we got quite a decent amount of rain while I was away. Decent being 1 mil. I've got this garlic in. Now, top two, well, two on the left, I should say. No biochar. One on the right, biochar. And I know that you should mulch garlic, but the chickens will just come and scratch them out. It'll encourage them to eat it, so we'll stay away from it. And this is the last thing. I've planted that blackcurrant, and this is just a hole with wood chip in it. Got no dirt, no nothing. And so my understanding is that they like acidic soil, and as that breaks down, it'll be in acidic soil. And what I did is I stretched the roots out at right angles, broke them up, stretched them out at right angles, so hopefully they'll start to grow through the chip. Don't try and go down because it's sitting on a big slab of rock there. Besh's dragon fruit going well. That's a geisha girl. That'll grow. I'll be able to prune that into a nice sort of almost a standard rose type tree, and it's got beautiful purple flowers on it. They look really lovely. Leah chose that one. I think Mum told her to get it. So yeah, everything's going really well here. It's even the potatoes are chitting in the bag, so when they chit a little bit more, so you can see they got chits on them, and they chit a little bit more. I'll cut them up and I'll leave them out so they heal a bit, so they don't get any fungal diseases, and we'll plant them out. Not sure where yet. I might plant them in that bed just there, since we got so much topsoil and we already got mulch. So yeah, I might plant them just there. I can't get the chipper out today because I actually need to chop the stuff down in the front yard up into more manageable pieces with a chainsaw, and my chainsaw blade is blunt and I don't have a sharpener, and I couldn't be bothered doing it. So maybe tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Once I get that chopped up into manageable pieces and I get the palm fronds separated, it'll go nuts. It'll be easy. Just that initial bit that we've got to get done. And also I didn't put just the normal straw up there in the compost. I'll show you that later. I actually put the deep litter in there, and I replaced the deep litter with a big biscuit of this. Didn't spread it out. They'll do that themselves when they get bored. I love mucking around in straw, and yeah, hopefully that'll heat it up nicely. I didn't make it that big. I really want to chip some more stuff on it. I think this saltbush is suffering from just too much love. I'm not going to touch it from now on. You've seen how big they get now, and they're growing in rock, essentially. So, yeah, saw a lot of these when I was driving the Beshies, along with about 25 dead kangaroos, a dead echidna. What else did I see? Dead, lots of stuff. Saw some emus that were alive, and saw some roos that were alive, but they hopped off too fast for me to get pictures of them. I haven't checked the worm bin since I've been back. What I'm hoping to see is that dark stuff down the end, where we put them in, is flattened out. So let us have a look. Yeah, I mean, you guys probably can't tell, but it's definitely flattened out. We had a lot of chats about worm farming on the weekend. It's really good. Good thing about having a few beers with people that like permaculture. And that one, yeah, you can see that. So that's flattened out really nicely. And that's exactly what we want to see. I can hear them. Got a bit of fresh stuff growing in there. Some pea straw. So that's good. I'll eat that. So yeah, going really, really well. Going really, really well. We'll start to see, I mean, this one, they're still eating the paper. So that we'll start to see that break down and flatten off. It probably means that there's just not enough worms in there at the moment, which is fine. That's what we're doing. We're breeding them, and we're trying to get them to the point where I can get another one of these bins, and then I can start feeding them into that compost pile up the top, start creating a worm wedge. So it's back up to where it was. It dropped right down to about 26 degrees Celsius. Now it's back up to about 40 or something like that. So that'll heat up. I was a dumb bum. Left the shed open. Chicken got into it. Probably the dog as well. But that's okay. Tomorrow, I think we will get the chipper out and get some more on here. All right, nearly done, guys. Nearly done. So it's been a really, really good weekend. It's been a good day here. I've got everything I wanted to do done out in the backyard. I actually called an excavator, and he's going to come around and give me a quote on the back area, compost area, which means I really have to figure out what I'm going to do now with that area. I've been racking my brains, but it'll come to me. It'll come to me. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. A bit longer one. Can't imagine I'll be doing too many of these long ones, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed having a drive around 3 states of Australia. Okay, guys, have a lekker week. Have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye now.